Welcome back to another edition of Our City. A few things going around the city of Elizabeth this week. On Thursday, October 25th at 11 o'clock in the morning, I'll attend the unveiling of the Jack and Maxine Krasner Youth Entrepreneurial Training Center at Brand New Day. This will take place at the Youth Build campus at 201 First Street. For more information, call 292-0781, extension 146. Jack and Maxine Krasner were great supporters of Brand New Day and great philanthropists here in the city of Elizabeth who have passed on. And in their memory, this building will serve their name for many years to come. On Friday, October 26th, I'll attend the Red Ribbon Day at the Peterstown Community Center. And on Saturday, October 27th, the Coalition to House the Homeless, Taste of Operation Warm Heart, an emergency winter shelter program. For more information regarding this program, call 355-2060, extension 302. And for more information on tickets or prices of this event, you may call 355-2060 and ask for extension 302. If you need any information regarding events in the city of Elizabeth or more information on what I just spoke about, please call our public information office at 820-4124. And it is a very great honor this evening to have joined me on the show Mr. Christian Rodriguez, who is the Colombian Counsel to the state of New Jersey and parts of Pennsylvania. Mr. Counsel, I welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you very much, Mayor. I'm very happy to be here and talking to you.
I have to tell you, Mr. Rodriguez, it's not often that we get a Consul General on the show to talk about local issues.
Well, I think you don't have too many consulates here.
I know that.
Yeah.
And first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. First of all, we have the same name, by the way.
Yes.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah, that's a very good thing. Well, before I start talking about who I am, I just want to thank you really for all the help you have given us to our community in Elizabeth. Since I got here, we opened the consulate on the 13th of July. And since that, or before that time, you have given us a lot of help. Even last Sunday, yesterday, you helped us with a health fair at St. Mary's Church. It was great, really. The presence of your people, the policemen.
I was there.
Yes,
I was there early.
Yes, I know. So it was. I mean, that's important thing about the relations between a city, the major city, and the consulate. When, as I see that you consider us very important for the community. So it's important that, because I know you are working for us. Well, I come from Bogota. I was born in Bogota, Colombia. I'm a business administrator. I have a master's degree in international relations and political science. Before, when I was in my high school, my last year of high school in Bogota, I earned an international scholarships with American Field Service, and I came to the United States for my last year of school, and I went to Nisa, Oregon. I was there, and that was the place where I learned a little bit English, because it was a long time ago. So you know, you forget when you don't practice. And I've been working during my life. I started working with a bank, the Bank of Colombia, and also with a textile company. And in 2 years of my life, I helped the mayor of the city of Bogota. I helped him with the working with that city. And the rest of the time, about 20 years, 25 years after that, I've been with a partnership with a textile factory, and also growing rice in Colombia in a department that is called Tolima. It's like a state, and helping a noble cause like a foundation to help who helps children's. Is a priest, Javier de Nicolò. I helped in that foundation, and I work a little bit for him also. After that, I have a nice life until 2001 that I got kidnapped by the guerrilla. I was kidnapped for 3 years with the FARC. And in that moment, Colombia was having a very difficult times with this guerrilla. But it was being taken care of our governments, especially the two last governments, and especially right now with the President Santos, who really fight against them. And right now we are in a peace process in Colombia, because he's very conciliate. So he knows that the most important thing for our Colombians is peace. And I'm very glad that our country has changed a lot. And the president named me as a consul general at the end of the last year.
So, Mr. Consul General, why did the Colombian government pick New Jersey to open a consulate? I mean, oftentimes people pick New York, and here the Colombian government, it's a great honor for us that the Colombian government has chosen New Jersey, especially with the Colombian population in the city that I represent. But why do you think the Colombian government picked New Jersey?
Well, in the last 11 years, our Colombian community has changed a lot. Change, I mean, in increasing the Colombian population, and it's about maybe almost double, 80% in the last 11 years. So all these people were attended by the Colombian consulate in New York, and New York has the jurisdiction of the state of New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania in that moment. And some of the leaders here of the community of New Jersey, they were asking for this consulate because everybody knew that there were a lot of work and people going to New York. So they were asking for this consulate from a long time ago, and the President Santos, in his visit to New Jersey, said we are going to open that consulate. So that's last year he said we are going to open it, and that's why.
So you've chosen Newark as your consulate, which is our neighboring city, and I know it's easy for the Colombian community that lives in Elizabeth to get to your consulate. I was there for the opening. I think it's absolutely terrific.
Yes, I mean, we are very happy because the location is important. Elizabeth is the most important city about Colombian residents in the state of New Jersey and Pennsylvania. That's my jurisdiction. And like as a city, almost about 15 or 20% of the Colombian population is living in Elizabeth, and Newark is very close to Elizabeth. So for the transportation, as a transportation center and communication center, that's why we select Newark to open the consulate.
And Mr. Consul General, the advantages of having a Colombian consulate in New Jersey is you're closer to the residents, correct?
Yes. There are two reasons. One, that we are very closer to all the people, all to major Colombian cities where they are living there. And the other thing is that, they used to pay a lot of things to go to make for making things in New York. I mean, asking for services. For example, they have to take the day off, they have to take a car, they have to pay toll, they have to pay parking lots in New York, and it was a lot of time. So besides that, there is nearest to all the the people from Colombia, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania for the cost of that movement, that transportation and time.
Now, you mentioned that President Santos came to New Jersey. I don't know if you were aware, but President Uribe came to Elizabeth a couple of years ago during UN week when he was visiting the UN. He came to the Ritz Theater, and George Castro, who is a leading Colombian advocate here, had him there. And he met with, I would say, almost 1,000 people from Colombia, and he dealt like a town hall meeting and answered questions back and forth. I was very touched that the president of a country would come and actually sit there with his Minister of Foreign Affairs, if that's the proper title. It was a woman at the time. And they just answered all kinds of questions. Very moving that the president would do that.
You know, that I think that's like a change in our political style. I don't know, this is the first time that I'm really working with some political position. But I think we have right now all the consulates and all the consuls we are here just to give service, to pay attention to the community. So that's why we go to the community. We don't wait until they come to the consulate and ask services. Well, that's one part of our job. One is just to give all the services as like a passports, IDs, and notary documents, all that. That's one part of our job as a consul. But the other part is the one that we are doing right now, is like the one you help us with the health fair and
can Colombian citizens here, Mr. Rodriguez, vote in Colombian elections?
Oh yes,
yes. They have dual still.
Yes, we can do it. No, and like for example, when the President Uribe was here, it was about 3,000 people at the Ritz.
Yeah, thousands.
At the Ritz Theater. I was talking with George, and he's a very helpful man with the community. And also, we are going to do something.
He lives 2 blocks from me.
Oh, really?
George, yeah, we're neighbors.
Oh well, so you have
a
very
guy.
good neighbor.
Yeah, he's a good guy. What are some of the challenges you face? I mean, you're the first person appointed to the Colombian consulate here in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. So what are some of the challenges you face?
Well, the first one is that I want to have our consulate as like a business. When I say business, is the attention that we need to give to our community. You know, starting with the employees of the consulate, they know, and I'm very happy of them, because the attitude of them is just to attend people. So this is very important, because when I got here as a first consul, I have to build the consulate, the office, and everything. And right now I'm building the people, how do you say that, the equipo, the equipment, the team. Yes, the team that is working with me. That, I mean, I'm very happy with them. It's very special. And because everything is right at the consulate, I can go out and help the people. How? Giving a lot of information. I think the Colombian population, they need more information. As I was talking to your public relations girl, or you know, the Kelly and Elizabeth.
Sure.
You know, they are helping me. Why? Because I know the city of Elizabeth has a lot of things to do to the Hispanic people, not even Colombian, Hispanic people. So we are trying to do a lot of things with the database that I have already in my consulate, just to send to all these people all the information about education, about health, about insurance, and about business. So that's what I'm interested in. And also attending the detainees, the people that is in jail. So that's another thing that that's like the things I have to do. And as I say that we are working very well at the consulate, now we have to improve all these sectors.
Moving a little bit different direction, the free trade agreement that U.S. and Colombia recently signed. Maybe you can talk, what is the vision for that and how does that work for Colombia and the United States? Talk about some of the advantages and maybe even some of the disadvantages.
Yes, well, the most important thing of the FTA, Free Trade Agreement, is that we sign it. And why we sign it? We sign it because the United States and Colombia, principal Colombia, has changed a lot. I was telling you that in these last 10 years, Colombia right now is a country where everybody wants to invest, every country wants to invest. We have, is more secure, talking about security, physical security and about legal security. And that's why the United States and the government of Colombia signed that contract. That contract is important because we liberate our products of tariffs. We don't have to pay like taxes for import or export products. We don't have to pay it anymore. For example, talking about cars from the United States to Colombia. Right now, if you have subs, like for example, well, I don't know if I can say branch or what, a Grand Cherokee, Jeep, or all those kind of Toyota or Honda, anyway. Like if they are more of 3,000 centimeters, cubical centimeters, for example, you can export that car or that station wagon, that sub, you can export it without paying 45% of tariff that we used to have.
You have to pay.
So after the 15th of May of this year, for example, that's just one product. If you see that product, I'm sure it's going to help a lot to our people. When I say our people, now I'm talking about businessmen, because our people is the global economy.
Are there a lot of American cars in Colombia?
Oh yes, we have a lot of American cars, yes. Like Chevrolet, they have a plant there. We build the car there. They have a big plant of, they're producing cars in Colombia. And also, like the others brands like Ford, like Jeep and all, they are exporting cars. So, I mean, right now, this is a very important sector.
So not only does Colombia have a Chevrolet factory, they also export cars from Colombia to other areas, right?
Yes, and that's why it's important, the FTA, because right now, for example, from the United States, that's important. I mean, like when we're talking about this kind of global free trade agreements, we're talking about people, we're talking about business. We're not talking about governments, you know, because the business is for businessmen. So maybe, like for example, like Chevrolet has their own plant in Colombia, and Renault from France, they have a plant in Colombia for our exporting cars to Colombia, and other GMC. I mean, a lot of cars. That's what we can do in this kind of free trade relations, because as we are talking about the big companies, we can talk about the small and medium people.
Yeah, which leads to the next question. How does the free trade agreement benefit like our local Colombian merchants here?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what you're getting to. I was just curious how you tie that together.
You know, first, it's just not even the Colombian. For Elizabeth, for example, if we give the proper information about what is the TLC or FTA talks about, and we can, like for example, the consulate is going to give some seminars about this. It's not just for the Colombian, it's just for people. for people in Elizabeth that if they want to invest, I mean, we have a lot of Colombians that have restaurants, and they are very good restaurants. They have car shops. They have a lot of business. Some are teachers in Elizabeth. So when we start looking in the internet, and we start giving information about the products that we can export and we can import from Colombia, we see that it's not for Colombian, it's for everybody. So we have the opportunity just to get into, and maybe with that, with the Colombian growing in Elizabeth, I'm sure it's going to be very good for you. I mean, for you as a mayor, because the people is going to try to make business, even if it's exporting or importing. But we have it there. So, before we couldn't do it. Why? Because, like for example, right now in these 4 months, the exports from the United States to Colombia has increased in 14%.
Well, we have a large port, as you know, in Elizabeth and
Yes.
Newark, and so there's one way that helps is increase jobs at the port as well.
Yes, that's why. I think right now the export from Newark and from the port of Elizabeth to Colombia is about $300 million. So I'm sure that if we start just knowing the FTA and getting to know the FTA to all people, as I say, it's not Colombia, so it's business. I think you are going to have a great opportunity, because right now you are saying the port is growing. And why is growing? Because I mean there is another market that is, we have 47 million Colombian is the population of Colombia.
And Mr. Rodriguez, you've been extremely active in coming to the city of Elizabeth. You've come for flag raisings, you've come for parades, you've come for the social calendar. We're just one city in the wide spectrum that you have to cover. Are you getting to all these parades and flag raisings in other cities? I mean, it's got to be hard on you.
Well,
you're getting to be like a politician in the United States.
No. Well,
the health fair. I mean, all of this stuff.
No, I've been in several counties of the New Jersey. The thing is that you are very kind here, and you have very nice people. But I'm going also to work with the community in Hudson County and Passaic County, and also in Bergenfield.
But they're not as nice as us, right?
Yes. Everybody.
No, everybody's nice.
No, yeah. Here, the people is so nice here in New Jersey. With my wife, we never imagined that we were going to stay here. And we decide that after it finished, I don't know when, maybe 4 or 5 years, we're going to live in New Jersey.
Oh.
Really. And
we are honored.
Yes, we love this place, really.
What town are you living in now? Are you allowed to stay?
I'm living in Jersey City.
Oh, you're living in Jersey City? Oh,
yes,
so you're close.
Because, yes, it was, the first thing I found when we got here. But we're very happy. We are happy to be here, and the kind of people you are. Really.
And we appreciate that. We thank you very much. So back to the health fair and the health week. Do you think it met the expectations you wanted to meet?
Well, imagine that we attend 700 people, Hispanic people. Mm-hmm. It was great, and thank you to the priest Mino who gave us.
He has a very interesting story, by the way. He came to this country illegally, undocumented, and he was sent back, and then he came back and he became a priest. Oh. He has a that priest at St. Mary's. He's a very interesting story. Yeah. He was on the show once, and he told us this story.
Oh, well,
of
he's
his life.
Very nice, and
he's a great guy.
Yes,
yeah.
And with him, with you, and your team. I know we are going to do a lot of
during the health fair, by the way, we had a big Peruvian event too at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, leaving. So there's a lot of folks out there.
Yes, I was there.
Yeah. You were, yeah, I know. So
yes.
They were carrying the Blessed Virgin, and
it was a nice tradition.
Yes,
really.
Mr. Rodriguez, I thank you for your commitment to our city and to the Colombian community throughout New Jersey and Pennsylvania. I think it's terrific that a Consul General takes the time to come to all of these events, and we appreciate your leadership.
No, thank you very much, Mayor Chris. I want to announce that we're going to have a health fair in Dover. Please, it's very important, and also that and we're going to have a mobile consulate. So I'm going to translate part of the people to attend our Colombians in Dover next Friday. And also, I just want to say that we are in Newark in 550 Broad Street, 15th floor.
Well, we appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you very much. And really, I appreciate all the help you have.
I look forward to working with you for years to come.
Thank you very much.
For Mr. Christian Rodriguez, the Consul General from Colombia, representing the City of Elizabeth, the State of New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, we thank him for joining us on the show, as well as for his leadership and his commitment to the Colombian community here in our city. We'll see you next week on another edition of Our City.